guys, it's Rose. Welcome back to Journeys in Time and welcome if you're new. So it's all looking very Christmassy here today. I am doing a video for the Christmas in July collaboration with Caroline O'Neill. And if you haven't heard about the collaboration already, I will link all the relevant and pertinent information below the video for you guys. And as per my last video, if you saw it, I just want to mention again that Caroline herself has been hospitalised at the moment. She is having a hard time of it. I'd like you all to just keep her in your thoughts, your prayers, and go check out the collaboration videos. It will give her a little boost to see them doing well. Now, some of the videos that Caroline herself was supposed to put up didn't get put up, obviously, because she was put into hospital. But she did do a few at the very start of the collaboration. So do make sure you go and check those out, guys. Alright, so what are we doing today, though? We are going to make a little swivel photo book. Okay, so as you can see, I have all these little bits ready. Now, this whole idea came about because I am in the middle of rejigging my craft room and tidying up and purging and all the rest of that good stuff. And in the course of doing all of that, I came across some Christmas bits that didn't make it into the Christmas box to be put away until Christmas. So I thought I would try to utilise those instead of pulling down the box. We'll see what we can make with what I did find. Now, the first thing that I found was some of these ovals. They had been cut in several different sizes, shapes, different colour cards and all the rest of that. Now, these were cut with my nesting dies. So that was kind of handy because I could cut extra pieces if I needed them, and you'll see what I'll be using that for in a minute. But yeah, so I started off with these ovals and I had quite a few of them. I'm not even going to be using all of them, but I have some of them here, as you can see. And so I came up with the idea of a swivel photo book. So that's what we're going to make today. So I have lots of little bits and pieces there for maybe decorating later. Some extra papers maybe for decorating. I have a stamp for decorating as well. And we have some photographs. This is the pack of tags. I just have a few tags pulled out of this just to see if we may use those. And I have a sheet of just coffee dyed paper. This is actually a misprint of something, just coffee dyed paper. Okay, so as you can see, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ovals, all different sizes, like so. All different sizes, and I have 3 photographs here. Okay, so what I'm thinking to do is on the red pieces I'm going to put a photograph on each one. So I have the dies out for the right sizes for that. There we go. And I'm going to put some of this coffee dyed paper on the backs of those pieces as well as journaling space. Okay, now I do want to point out that even though I'm using nesting dies today, you don't need to. This is just a mock-up of one that I put together with some just scraps of paper, and I just cut all rectangles and I put them together on a swivel like so. So that's the basis of what we're going to be doing today. Very, very simple. So it's kind of almost like a waterfall effect as well when you're looking at it like this, and I love all the different paper peeping through and all the rest of that good stuff. And as you swivel it, because it swivels all the ways around, you can turn it over and journal on the back, which I love. Okay, so like I said, that's just a quick mock-up. It's nowhere near finished or anything like that. I just wanted to show you guys that you can do it with scraps. You don't need nesting dies. Okay, I'm just using them because I had these ovals, and that's where I started from. That's where the whole kind of thing started from. Okay, so on with what we are doing. Now I have printed out 3 photographs, and I will be making these available to you on my Ko-fi page. So I will link that below. Do make sure to go and check it out. Now, if these aren't available straight away as the video goes up, just come back in an hour or so and they will be there. But I will try to have them up at the same time as the video, okay? So we have these 3. Now, I want to put these onto, I want to mat them onto our ovals, okay? So I'm doing them on the red ovals. You can see all the alternating colours, and the 3 red ovals are going to each have an image. So I have chosen this one for the first one. and I'm making my photographs obviously a little smaller than the actual cardboard card. I'll get my words out in a minute. So I'm just going to use my die to frame where I think that would look good. And I think that's about right. I'm just going to stick the dies down with some washi, and I'm going to do that for the other two using the next up dies as well. Now, the photographs that I'm using today are quite large, and that's because of the size of the ovals that I had. But if you want to print them smaller, just print 2 to a page and they'll come out half size for you guys. Okay, so they are all set up and ready to go. I'm going to go and get those die cut, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have all of our lovely Christmas kiddos cut out. Now, before we go sticking these down, I want to maybe do a little something with these. And I think I'm going to stamp my stamp on them. Where did I put my stamp? Here it is. I'm going to get some, probably Versamark maybe. I'm going to stamp it and I'm going to heat emboss. So we have our heat embossing done on our red pieces. Now the idea behind the heat embossing here was just to give a little bit of extra something to those ovals before the images go on. So it just peeks out around the edge. It's very subtle, but it's there. Now we are going to ink as well, so that will help bring that out another little bit. So let's get that inking done. So what I did with that inking, because I put it on after the heat embossing, when you ink it, the heat emboss will resist that ink. Now it's very, very subtle here because of the colours we're using, but the card behind that heat embossing is staying that same bright red, while the card around it is going to be darkened by the ink. So it gives a very subtle, very kind of rich effect. Okay, so that is those, and we will be having our photographs up here like this. But I'm thinking that I want to get the backs of these done before I get the photographs on, and I need to get those photographs inked as well. But that is essentially what they're going to look like. So for the backs, get these photos out of the way for a second. So for the backs of these, I wanted to put journaling spots. Now, on thinking about it, I'm not sure that I want a journaling spot on this because it's not necessarily going to be glued into a book. It could be, but not necessarily. I'm not sure that I want to put a journaling spot on it though. And this paper is actually a lot flimsier than the others. I thought they were all the same weight, but they're not. And you know, that's okay, I'll work around that. Got some glue stuff on that. As I said, these were pieces that were just hanging around in my stash that I decided to try and utilize today. So I'm going to get the journaling spots on these anyway. Now all I'm going to do here, I'm going to lay these down and I'm going to draw circles around them, and then I'm going to tear them down to size. Okay, so we have our journaling spots on the back of these, and I've gone ahead and I have stamped on these just to give them a little something something. And I've decided to not put a journaling spot on the back of this. When I do pull down my Christmas box close to Christmas, I will cut a piece of decorative paper the same size as this and glue it on, I think. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to get our little ladies, our girlies, all situated on here. I do love, love, love Christmas photos of children in particular. So we're going to get these glued down. Okay, so we have our little ladies all down. Aren't they so cute? I think they're so pretty. Okay, so for the assembly. Now I'm going to assemble this before decorating because the positioning of these will kind of determine the decoration, okay? So what I'm doing, I am butting them all up together. Now, I did consider having them layered like so and hinging them and things like that, and that can be done as well if you have the patience for it, because it can be a fiddly job. But I really wanted something with a bit more kind of fun and movement. So that's how it would look if you just stack them all and have them hinged, okay? And that would be really fun as well. I think it looks awesome. But I am just gathering them all at the top. And this is a bit more difficult with ovals, mind you. So, word of advice, don't use ovals for this. I'm just getting them all lined up at the top here. In fact, I think I'm going to actually go and do these 2 by 2 because it will annoy me otherwise. So I'm taking my smaller hole punch on my crocodile, the 1/8 of an inch. Now if you don't have a crocodile, you can use just a pokey tool, something like this, and just poke your hole for your brad. But I have this, so I'm going to use it. Now I want this to be fairly central as well, so I'm just going to make a mark for myself. And I'm keeping it relatively close to the top, but at the same time giving myself enough room that it's not going to just tear through, okay? So that's the first two. I'm going to take my third piece and I'm going to line it up with the second piece. Now you can do these all together if you have more regular shapes, but like I said, with the ovals it can be a little bit more challenging. Okay, so we have all of our holes in there. I'm going to take a brad. I'm using quite a large brad on this one. That size. You can use whatever brad, whatever size you like. Just going to, I'm threading them all the wrong way apparently. This one first, so your smallest one first and then down in size. We'll get those on there. I'm going to open my bread piece, my bread legs. I'm not going to squeeze this open fully at the minute because I may want to take this apart for decorating, but I just wanted to see how this is progressing, and it looks to be fairly cool. We get to see all of our little ladies. They're so cute. Okay, and if you turn it over when you're doing that, your little journaling cards, your journaling spaces pop up. Okay, there and there. I'm not putting journaling spaces on this because it is handmade paper. I think this is something that I was gifted a long time ago, and it's a handmade paper and it wouldn't be very easy to write on. It's quite spongy, and of course this one is extremely textured, so I won't be putting writing spaces on those. I will be leaving those as is, but we do have two lovely big journaling spaces there. Okay, so that's how we're looking at the moment. Now when we swivel these, we're left with a blank space here, intentionally obviously. I mean, I could have just not put that in, but I did, and I was thinking that maybe we could do some sort of a little collage or something like that on here. Just some little Christmas messages and some fabric, maybe some lace. Have a little bit of lace here. So little things like that. I'm going to go off and have a play and have a think and pull out some other bits and pieces, I think. And I'll be back to show you guys what I am doing. Okay, so for this piece I am doing a little collage with one of our little Santoro girls. These are just some Santoro tags that I've had in my stash. I think they were bought for me. My other half bought them for me. And they're very, very cute. So I'm going to use these, some of that decorative paper and some book page. And I'm just going to get this all inked up and glued down. Okay, so I have my little pieces glued down on here, and I just realized as I was doing that I forgot to ink the edges of these, but I can do that shortly. I'll just take the pin out and I will go and ink the edges. This is why I didn't do it as tight for little things like this. Now I am going to get a tiny bit of glue under this lace just to stop it lifting so much. And it's made very easy by these little bottles, which I'm loving. Okay, so let's see about the next one. Okay, so for this one I'm doing a similar idea to the first one, but just different layering and things like that. And a piece of lace under our little girl. Now I will, at the end after the video, I will actually be coming back with some glossy accents on top of her. I just don't want to do it right now because it takes a few hours to dry, but that will kind of pop up like a little embellishment. So let's get these inked and in place. Okay, so for that one we have done another little collage type piece. And I've also added a little bit of hessian or burlap behind here as well. I just found a little scrap of it. And I found these snowflake stickers as well, and I decided to use some of those. So I think that looks pretty. It gives it a little bit of extra pizzazz. And I have put one on our photograph here, and I put one on our other little collage piece as well, just down here in the corner. So I'm going to go and get some of those on the other photographs. So let's see. I was thinking maybe to put something here in the center of the present, but the ones that I have they're all too large for that. So maybe something like that for this one. Just to give them lift them a little bit, just a little something extra. And we have one more of those photographs, and that's quite a large photograph, so we could probably afford a larger sticker. Let's see, what about just here? No, here maybe? Nope. Decisions. Maybe down here on her little dress. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that is the most part of it done. I'm going to actually get those pieces inked. Now you can put hole reinforcements on these if you feel it's necessary as well. I'm not going to on these ones. So we'll get this opened up like so, and I am going to grab my pliers, and I have a flat pliers for this, okay? And I'm just going to give a little squeeze just to flatten that out properly, a little bit more than what it is, while at the same time not making it impossible to move the pieces. Okay, and my last thing now for my one, because I'm going to be covering this, as I've already explained, I will be taking a piece of paper and just covering the whole thing, so my brad is going to be safely in place. But you can just take a circle and put that down there. You can put a decoration on there, and actually just trying to think. No. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do is get this bow on here. Now I'm thinking that I'm going to be able to glue this to the brad, but we shall see. We'll give it a go and we'll see. Okay, so a little while later, let's see how this works. It does seem to be stuck on there. I'm not going to pull and drag it too much because it's not fully dry, I know that. And yeah, it does. Look at that. So we have our lovely big bow and our pieces. That needs gluing down again. That's one thing I should have said to you guys as well. When you're doing these little collage pieces, do make sure that, I did, it's up there, being hidden. Do make sure that you are gluing down all the edges. Because of the swivel action on this, you do run the risk of things getting caught. So just make sure your edges are glued down nicely. So there's that. And that one. And our last one. That is so cute. Okay. So I think that will make a great little addition to a Christmas journal. And I am looking forward to adding it into one at Christmas. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you are enjoying the whole Christmas in July thing. If you're a Christmas lover, I'm sure you are. I know I'm a Christmas lover. Now, I did find this a little bit off-piste, I guess you could say, in that I've been doing botanicals and lots of summer kind of activities, and you know, the ocean voyage one is all about travel and holidays and things like that, or the steamship voyage I should say. So yeah, it was a little bit off-piste, but I do love Christmas and I did enjoy it. So yeah, I hope you guys will make along, and do go and check out the other collaborators. Please, please, please. It would mean so much to all of us and to Caroline as well. And as always, if you want to be in with a chance to win our Zodiac Journal for the month of July, don't forget to leave a comment below the video and make sure that you are publicly subscribed to my channel and I will be leaving a link to a sheet down below for you to show you how to do that. You need to do it from a mobile device, not from a you need to do it from a desktop or a laptop, not a mobile device. Sorry, not a mobile device. Okay, so yeah, I think that is it for me for today, guys, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.